Deepaw, this is some news that I'm sure you were excited to read. Mitch Keller has been extended by the Pittsburgh Pirates for $77.5 million for over 4 years. This is a lot of money coming from Pittsburgh. Deepaw, I'm sure you can attest to that. When I first saw this, I had to wipe my eyes. I didn't know if I was reading this correctly or not. What were you thinking?
I was, and I only say that not because I didn't think a deal would get done, because I thought a deal would get done. He's, organizational draft pick. They brought him all the way up. They stuck with him through the couple bad years that when they brought him up a little too early. But they've signed Cabrian Hayes, they've signed Brian Reynolds, and now they lock up their pitcher, Mitch Keller. It's always been with Bob Nutting, the second worst owner in baseball behind not Ross, the guy from the A's. Fisher, yeah. Second worst owner behind Fisher. But he's actually putting his money where his mouth is. In years past, he would always say it, and they wouldn't go out and actually sign their guys to a decent long-term contract, show they're financially invested into this rebuild. And with Ben Cherington, the GM who came over a couple years ago, they've actually done it. They've drafted well, and they're signing their young guys that they've organizationally have said, this is a cornerstone. This is going to be a keystone for the organization. So I love it. I think it's a good deal for Keller, who had a career year last year. I think 200 strikeouts in 190 innings and had a ridiculous K per 9 as well. A little bit high on the ERA, but I think he's got a chance to bring that down a little bit. But a great signing, and I almost don't even want to speak it. It's like Rome, Dino. It was a whisper. I don't want to say I can see the light at the end of the tunnel here. They're making the right moves. They've added a lot of good, decent free agent signings as well. Bucco signed Martin Perez. Buccos have signed Yasmani Grandal. They've made a couple cheeky little moves. Just wait and see, boys.
Yasmani's there?
Yeah, they just signed him. Yeah,
dude,
not as good of an offensive guy as he used to be, but a great catcher.
Slowest guy in the league.
Yes,
I mash with Yasmani Grandal on the show.
Yeah, but you also get thrown out from left field in the show using Yasmani Grandal.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I don't remember running when you hit fucking nukes.
Well, God, good for the Buccos.
Oh, dude,
well, just take it back. Take it back.
I take it back.
It's good. It doesn't count anymore.
Well, good for the Buccos. I think that Mitch Keller has shown some flashes of being really good at times, and it's all about consistency, I think, for him. Granted, he does play for the Pirates, I think, so these past few teams haven't been that great to back him up numbers, so they might be a little skewed, not in his favor, but I think he does have what it takes to be a real big game changer out there in Pittsburgh. So if I'm a Pirates fan, I'm pretty satisfied.
Let's go.